Alright guys, Cinestalker here for a new video. This video right here, just a nice little movie review video. I have a nice stack of some awesome films I got recently to review from you guys, from some PR companies, various companies, review for you guys. So I got a nice, awesome little variety of goodness right up here. So I'm going to start with Paramount Pictures first. And this one already came out last week. And that is the sequel to Coming to America. Came out last year, Coming to America, as a sequel. You got Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall in this thing, James Earl Jones. They brought pretty much a whole cast back for this sequel from the first movie. The great fun 80s, like this comedy classic where you got Eddie Murphy, he's a prince, his name's Akeem, and he goes to New York. And this one right up here, in the first one he goes to New York and stuff, trying to find himself a princess. This one, he marries his princess, from the first one, and he has some kids and stuff like that. But then he finds out later on he has to go to America because he has another kid, a son, out of wedlock, that kind of deal. So that's what this is pretty much about, him on search for his son. So he goes back to New York. He meets a lot of the cast from the original one, like they got all the funny guys from Barbershop and things like that, and meets up with them, and all the people from the first one, he meets up with them and stuff like that. It's got this sequel to the first one of him trying to find the heir, like as his son, and that kind of deal, and to bring him back and that kind of stuff right there in this stuff. So this one right here though, it was all right. It wasn't like amazing or anything like that. It wasn't as good as the first one. The first one was really classic fun. This one, it was just all right. It was like sort of in my mind like an unnecessary sequel, but still pretty cool. Like they made this. But still, it was just alright. The picture quality looks great. It sounds good. All the cool extras in this thing up here. Got some commentary track up here, I believe, by the director. Yeah, Craig Brewer, directed by him. And some trailer gallery with a nice slipcase up here because with the digital code too in this. But it was just like alright. So it's one of those ones where I would say if you're a fan of the first one, you might like this. You might be a little bit let down. You might like it a lot. If you're not really sure, it might be a good rental right here. So it's one of the two. I think it's okay. Not as funny as the first one, but still not bad. It is Coming to America, the sequel. Some okay stuff at times, but some of it was kind of like but still was like alright. Was the sequel to Coming to America. But if you're interested in it, it is available now to get. It came out last Tuesday, so it is to get now, to buy, rent, or stream. There it is right there. Nice slipcase, looks very cool. Available now. Next up here, also from Paramount, really cool steelbook, first time ever on 4K, and that is The Shooter 15th Anniversary Edition 4K of this good action thriller. Fun stuff. I haven't watched this in a long time, so it's cool to watch this. I'll take this off right now. This is the back of it right up here, and I'll show you a little more of the details in a sec of the steelbook. But here's the spine and stuff like that. So the 15th anniversary edition of it, first time ever on 4K. It looks and sounds great in 4K. Great action one. Definitely recommend checking this one out. As Mark Wahlberg plays like this ex-Marine, and he gets infiltrated and found that someone's trying to assassinate the president. And doing so, he gets framed, double-crossed, and people think he is the one that wants to assassinate the president. So it's up to him to clear his name because all the law wants to get him, dead or alive. They want him, so it's up to him to find out who the shooter was that wanted to kill the president, and it's up to him to clear his name. It sucks that some higher ups in the government double-crossed him in this great action and thriller as this. Definitely fun stuff. Show us look inside. You get a digital code with this thing, and inside of it up here, nothing super crazy with artwork and stuff like that. Just like some looks like some gun like sparks and that kind of deal. And there is the back of it up there, little quote. And I said it before, you got the spine shooter right up there. So definitely a cool one up here. Definitely good action flick is definitely this one. Definitely recommend, like I said earlier, check this one out. If you're a fan of this movie, it looks awesome on 4K. It looks really, really good. Definitely a good one to have in the collection is the Shooter. If you're a fan of action flicks, this is definitely a really cool one, is this one. And last one here from Paramount is season 4 of this awesome show, Yellowstone, up here. And I know you can stream this and stuff like that, but all this stuff it comes with a lot of stuff you don't get if you stream it. If you're a fan of the show, this is definitely the one to get. Looks awesome on Blu-ray. Season 4 available now to pick up. Get this really cool slipcase. I've been watching some of these episodes, handful of these episodes. Actually, since I've been getting these to review, and it's a really good show from what I've seen of it. I've had to binge the whole thing and check them all out when I get a chance to. But I've been watching these, and it actually is a really good show. Kevin Costner, really good cast, keeps you on your toes. Definitely good stuff. I know it's a good show. Like a lot of people are a fan of this show, and I can see why. It is definitely good stuff. We got some of the extras you get in this thing up here. You have the making of Yellowstone season 4, origins of Yellowstone, interviews behind the scenes, galleries, stories from the bunkhouse, and more. Over 4 hours of bonus content is in this set. So if you're a big fan of the show, this is definitely the way to go. Is this right up here, available now to check out and watch, collect, and enjoy. All right, next up here I have a nice stack of some stuff from Arrow Video and MVD Entertainment line I'm going to talk about right now. And I got some stuff right here. I'm going to start with Arrow Video first, and it's really cool set. I was definitely curious about what this was, and it's from B movie director Sam Katzman. That is the Cold War Creatures collection, all here on Blu-ray. Beautiful artwork. Look at that cool artwork right there. You got 4 features in this thing. I'll take out the movies right now. All 50s style movies. We got the Giant Claw, Zombies of Moritali, The Werewolf, and Creature with the Atom Brain. And just some fun stuff is this. These are loaded up. Each movie is packed with commentary, behind the scenes, interviews, good intro by a film historian, and more. And you get reversible cover art in these. These are some fun movies. I was binging these the other night, and definitely good ones to check out. You get the reversible cover art of each film. So you get the newly commissioned artwork, and you get the original artwork, which I like a lot more. I need to reverse these sleeves. But yeah, just some fun stuff. So these are all 50s style movies. This one was really cool. This one was a fun one. Almost like Night of the Living Dead reminds you of some of with these guys. They're kind of these, they're walking almost like zombies and that kind of deal. In this one, the guy's this goofy concepts, man with the atom brain, werewolf. This is some fun stuff. If you're a fan of Universal horror movies and B 50s sci-fi horror flicks, you definitely will enjoy these. Really cool. So the artwork, the reversible artwork in these things are awesome. And might as well show all of them right now. See what you can show you guys what it looks like in case you're curious of each the original artwork looks like. I'll show you right now. But it says this is a great set here from Arrow Video. They always do a superb job with their treatments of films. And it's just some fun ones up here. All fun stuff. So it's if you like Godzilla type movies, creature feature type stuff, this will be right up your alley. And these awesome sets that each one is, like I said before, is loaded up with all kinds of extras. Comes this awesome case up here. Beautiful set to have in the collection. There's definitely a fun one up here from Arrow Video. Definitely one I would say recommend to check out for sure. Next up here, a few films from the MVD visual line. Start with this one up here. I've heard about this one, never seen before until now. And that is Ghost Riders. Now available on Blu-ray. Made in the late 80s. This one's about these cowboys. In 1888, they get hung and killed, and 100 years later, their phantom ghosts come alive to get revenge of the town and the great-grandson that had the great-great-grandson of the guy that had them killed, had them hung 100 years ago. That's what this is about. So it takes revenge on the great-great-grandson. And this is kind of a little bit cheesy. Is this one? Nothing it was weird. Definitely a B flick. Is this fun B stuff? A little bit kind of goofy, but kind of fun. A little odd at times, but might be one you guys might like. It might not be one you guys might like. Is Ghost Riders. I'll leave it. I would say, man, like with this one up here. I recommend if you're a fan of like B flick, like really like B horror flicks, like late '80s style, will definitely like it. If you're kind of on the fence of it, I definitely might not recommend it for someone that's like not really into those kind of movies, because it is pretty B, fun stuff, a little goofy at times, but it was just like it was an all right watch. You get some commentary in this thing, behind the scenes, and a trailer and all that kind of stuff up there. Pretty much loaded up in here. It looks really nice on Blu-ray, but said I could do some cheesy '80s low budget stuff. That's what this is. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'll like it. If you don't so much, like I said, buyer beware. Maybe not get this. But I said if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, you'll definitely get a kick out of this one, Ghost Riders. So next up here for the MVD visual line is this one, Liar's Moon, starring Matt Dillon and Cindy Fisher. Really cool slipcase, got that VHS style look. I think I've heard of this one before a long time ago. Never seen it. Like a drama right here. Matt Dillon plays like a hardworking, like blue collar guy. Falls in love with this the girl that's like the wealthiest girl in the town. They both fall in love with each other, but they're forbidden to do so because they both come from different sides of the fences in a sense. One's rich, one's sort of poor, and like her family doesn't want her to be with him, and vice versa. But they find a way to keep it going, that kind of thing. Even though it's forbidden in the town where they're from, it's a little small town, so it's them dealing with all of the obstacles of that in this movie up here. Pretty dang good one is this one, Liar's Moon. Definitely enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what I was thinking of it, but it's actually a pretty good movie. Because there's a bunch of extras in this thing. Got a commentary on here, behind the scenes, new interviews, the composer, the songwriter, alternate ending, and more on this thing. So it's actually loaded up. So if you're a fan of this movie, or if you're curious of it, this is definitely a good one to pick up and recommend, I would say, is Liar's Moon. Especially if you're a fan of like Matt Dillon stuff. There's definitely some like early Matt Dillon work, and I thought it was a pretty dang good job, pretty good drama. Was this one right up here, Liar's Moon. Last up here on the MVD visual line, on DVD only, I got right up here. This is fun, like a B, like early '90s, like straight to video action flick. I love that kind of stuff, and that is this one up here, LA Wars. Look at that cover. That is what you get, folks. This awesome cheesy goodness is this. Look at the back. It's just great, cheese, fun. I love this kind of stuff. So it pretty much just takes place like this guy. Like you have a drug lord that's with cocaine, and then it's like the good guy trying to stop the drug lord in LA, with the cocaine drug lord, and all the stuff going on, martial arts, shootings, over the top, people getting shot, drugs, crime, and fun and babes. Early '90s style. That's pretty much this in a nutshell. So if you love that kind of stuff, like stuff like from the company City Lights, like it's like my have stuff like that. And this was actually a pretty sought after VHS tape too. On VHS is this, but now I love that it's on DVD. I think it's on Blu-ray also. I could be wrong. I think it's on Blu-ray too. But definitely fun. Cheese. I recommend this for sure. I love like cheesy late night style '90s like stuff you would watch on USA Up All Night or HBO or Cinemax back when, or rent one out at a dollar, mom and pop video store. Something you would definitely watch. Just some fun cheese. No real extras in this thing except a theatrical trailer, but that's all you need. They don't need nothing else. The movie is special, man. So if you like cheese, guns, and shootings, you'll definitely love LA Wars. I got a kick out of it. I definitely recommend checking this out. It's just such a blast. Fun cheese is this for sure. And next up here from Full Moon Entertainment, we got this one. I remember watching this a long time ago, renting it out as a kid, and now I watched it the other day. It was great. And that is Remote here on Blu-ray. And did a really good job on the transfer. This thing looks really good on Blu-ray. It has like this kid. He's like this kind of nerdy kid, and he has an affinity for remote control cars and planes. He kind of gets bullied on at school too. His girl likes him. He's not really trying to respond to it. And then one day, him and his friend, like this girl, they have like this secret hideout at this house. But it's like one of those model homes. But they hang out in the attic, and they play with like their remote control cars and planes and stuff. Till one day, these prisoners escape prison. 3 of them, kind of like a bunch like nitwits, kind of not that smart prisoners. And they go there, and it's a hideout. He's there, and he finds a way to stop the bad guys and that kind of thing. 'Cause he's kind of stuck there, and he finds a way to like, at the time, 'cause there's no real cell phones, he finds a way to like, you know, tell the cops and his parents that, hey, I'm over here. So he has to find a way to infiltrate them. It's kind of reminds me of like Three Ninjas in a way. All the ninjas and just the kid with the remote control cars. It's just good cheese, fun. It's, you know, it says Full Moon Entertainment from the Moonbeam line, which Moonbeam did a lot of like kids type shows, like, you know, kids movies. It wasn't like horror stuff, but you definitely see the influence of like Pup Master looking stuff, like the way the faces look at some of these creatures. You know how they are. It's like a very early 90s Full Moon, but that was the best stuff from Full Moon, was like the late 80s and like early mid 90s. That was like, to me, that was the best of Full Moon, was all that stuff. That's definitely from that time. I think from 1993. I could be wrong. Yeah, 1993 up here. And you get some behind the scenes stuff. You get old videos on this thing too. I love those. This is just a fun one up here. This definitely reminds me of something you would watch on a Saturday, renting at a Blockbuster. This kind of movie. It's definitely a fun one. Definitely recommend Remote. So it looks great on Blu-ray. Really good job doing this. Great fun one. Brings back some memories, is Remote. If you're a fan of that stuff, definitely go and check out for sure. Next up here from Synops is one I've been a fan of this movie for a long time. I only have the DVD of it, but this is awesome on Blu-ray now finally, and that is the movie Thriller. A Cruel Picture. They call her One Eye. Good stuff is this, starring Christina Lindbergh. Good, hard, grindhouse, revenge, exploitation flick is this. As this woman, she was brought up in a sexual abuse, and she was like, you know, like horrible stuff happened to her as a young kid, and she gets in the world of prostitution. Then one day, like her captor takes her eyeball out. This gruesome scene. It's like famous for this movie of like an eyeball they pulled out. I think it was out of a real cadaver too, from what the story is. In the movie, they put it in the movie, you know, but they actually took an eyeball out of a real cadaver body. And so that's what's famous in this movie. And also, it's like just a raw movie, and it's like after that she trains in martial arts and shooting. After that happens to her, she's like, I want none of this. She kills the captor, and she just wants to like get revenge on that situation and take revenge on anyone that does bad things like that to women. That's what she does. She's on this, you know, journey to like not let people do that to her, people that did her wrong, and just goes there and kills them and stuff. And over the top, like martial arts, shootings, good music, just like classic stuff. Great revenge, exploitation, grindhouse goodness is this. Looks awesome and sounds great on Blu-ray. Alternate ending. You got a theatrical trailer, TV spot, outtakes, and more. And just a great one. If you're a fan of like exploitation flicks, classic is the movie Thriller. Definitely recommend this. It's so good. Great stuff is this. Definitely awesome. Next one up here from Scorpion Release, and is a good one I've never seen before. I've heard of the movie from VHS realm, and that is the movie here on Blu-ray, which is, I mean, I definitely dug it. 315. Great stuff. Great 80s goodness is this. Takes place like this gang. They're called the Cobras. Yeah, the Cobras. And they rule like this high school. There's a former Cobra member, which is this guy up here. He's turned good now, and he wants to take them on and that kind of thing, and take the reign of terror and just take them on and that kind of stuff. And it's just like this, you know, this punk rock 80s style high school gang. So it's just great stuff. You get the back of it up here. Very retro nostalgia goodness with the clothes and the music. Definitely, you know, kind of grimy. Definitely a pretty cool one is this. Definitely like this one. If you like, so like Thriller, like kind of like good, like grimy revenge, kind of sort of like movies in a way. That's kind of what this is. You'll definitely get a kick out of 315. Definitely a good one. It looks awesome on Blu-ray. Yeah, you get some special features. Get a nice little interview with the star, Danny De La Paz, original trailer, versatile cover art, and more on this. And this is just a great one, half of the collection. I love stuff like this, like Savage Streets, Thriller, things like this. This is definitely, so happy to watch this one finally, because I remember seeing this on videotape before, like the cover of it, but just never bought it, never had it. So great to finally check this one out. Definitely a good one. And then last but not least, right up here from Umbrella Entertainment, Australian company, put out a lot of cool content, but you can watch all their films anyway. I always want to check this one out. From their Ozploitation Classics line, that has this one up here, Death Cheaters, directed by Brian Trenchard Smith. He did great movies like BMX Bandits, Stunt Rock, which just reminds you of this. I'm explaining this. It definitely reminds you a lot of Stunt Rock. Is this one up here, starring Grant Page, also like Stunt Rock, which I do have that on DVD. It's like a stunt movie about making stunts, and it's starring Grant Page. He's like in this movie, and they have him do all these crazy stunts, like go off a building and drive a car all fast, get hit by cars. So it's very reminiscent of Stunt Rock, which I believe came after this. So, but it's fun though. Great stuff. I feel like stunts and it's over the top, just fun, Australian style. You'll definitely get a kick out of this. Definitely grindhousey stunt fun. A lot of special features. This thing. I'll open up the discs. Open up the set in a sec. You get the interviews on here, commentary track, behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of great stuff is loaded up in this thing. Tons and tons of features. And I'll show you guys looks like the content stuff inside. It goes Grant Page, one of the best stuntmans ever, if not the best stuntman ever, Grant Page. And you have this little comic book. Oops. You have a little comic book in here. It comes this little special comic of a film. And then you get here's the Blu-ray right there. And just great fun is this. Said, if you like Stunt Rock and if you like stuff from Brian Treasure Smith, this is definitely a good one. It's just fun. It's nothing amazing story wise, but it's just something fun to check out. And just what the heck are they doing? Death Cheaters is awesome. And a name like that too. How could you not go wrong with it? It's called Death Cheaters. Love that cover art. Just fun stuff is that for sure. And next up here from the Umbrella Beyond Genres Volume 15 collection line. And that is a film by Guillermo del Toro, probably his best movie. That is Pan's Labyrinth. What he's done. This is a special edition of it. Blu-ray up here. Really good stuff. I haven't watched this in a long time. And I love that newly commissioned artwork. It looks awesome with the black in the background. And the character right there with the eyes, like that. It's just creepy and spooky. Pretty much it's an adult fairy tale. This girl in 1940s Spain, his army takes over this evil army, and her mom's involved there with the general. The general's a real tyrant, and she finds this little fairy thing in the woods and stuff. She opens up a door because of this labyrinth in a sense, and she's like a princess of this underrealm, and she doesn't really believe it at first, but in the way they bring her on this journey, this tripped out dark tale of this labyrinth, whether it's her life and real life, and there's these horrible things going on, and her way to get beyond that, these different steps she has to take on her journey. Great stuff. This episode I have not watched this in a long time until getting this to review, and a fantastic movie, beautiful film, great cinematographer, Guillermo del Toro, amazing job in this, and it looks fantastic on Blu-ray up here. There's the inside contents of it. Let me show the same thing with that weird creature. This guy always freaky, man, just totally freaky, but I love it though. Great, get some extras in this thing. Get a nice 2000 old commentary track here from Guillermo del Toro, some behind the scenes and stuff like that. Looks and sounds amazing on Blu-ray. So if you want the special edition with the cool artwork right there, definitely recommend buying this one again if you have it on DVD. This looks great upgrade right here. The one right here, Chris. Look at that artwork. This looks killer. Films of Fury line, and we get the Bruce Lee Fist of Fury here on Blu-ray. Classic Bruce Lee film. Love how that slipcover looks with kind of that nice shine right there. Great job they do on their slipcovers. Beautiful job. Great classic fun one is this. Fist of Fury. Great classic Bruce Lee goodness is this. So get the cool reversible. I believe that no reversible artwork inside. You look inside up here. Look at that. Got a nice little booklet up here. Looks really good on Blu-ray. Sounds awesome up here. And good stuff right there. Featured documentary of Bruce Lee, the legend, interview with Wan Wei. And some other interviews, some of the actors thing, alternate openings and alternate ending of this thing up here. This classic Fist of Fury, Bruce Lee kicking butt. And his early kung fu classic films is this. Definitely a great one to have. If you don't have these in the collection, great ones to have. I've been getting these separately. I think because these came in a big box set too. But if you want to get them cool separately with awesome artwork right there, definitely good ones to check out, and they're definitely great ones to have in the collection. And last but not least is this one indie Australian flick, which I've never heard of, never seen before. It was just a cool to check out. It was a really good indie flick was this, really neat one. And that's called the Plain Beady Bow. Starring this girl named Abigail, and it takes place at first in the 80s. It's a kind of a trippy movie. And her and her friends play this game called Beady Bow, and she's transported back 100 years. And she goes back in time, and after playing this game, it's just this weird time warp thing. Really tripped out stuff. Pretty dang cool story, but just trippy and weird. How it is like, what is this trippy thing? Hard to explain a little bit, but it's like pretty cool one is this. Pretty neat, like adventure drama type thing was this. A little creepy, like in an odd way, because the way it was done, how they did it. Very trippy, but definitely a pretty cool one is this. Here's the alternate artwork in there. That thing. But if you're a fan of this movie, I've heard this movie. I've never heard this one until getting this to review, but definitely a good treasure that I discovered was this one. Great, so I love getting these reviews from like different companies, like different countries, like Umbrella, because you get stuff like this which I never heard of, and definitely a cool treat was this Plain Beady Bow. If you want something a little bit weird and different, like time travel type movies, stuff like that, make you kind of think a little bit. This is definitely a good one. I highly recommend is this. That's it for my reviews. Had a nice, pretty big stack of some stuff. Like, bam, look at that. Boom. And another stack of some stuff up here, too. Woohoo, man. So if you guys enjoyed me talking about some movies up here, give this video a thumbs up. If you're to my channel, like what I do, make sure to please consider subscribing, hit the notification ring button. Definitely will appreciate that. Also, links down below if you want to get these flicks at and more. Definitely a lot of great ones. And to get in the collection are these. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Until then, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.